Well, suck my toes, you liver-eating motherfucks. It's your buddy, Joe Red. How the fuck are ya? I'm doing a whole lot of okay. It took me 3 goddamn hours to get my fucking laptop going again so I could play or do the fucking podcast tonight. Not happy about that at all, but we push forward. But anyway, thank you guys all for tuning in anyway. We're running a little bit behind schedule tonight, so I'm going to try to just fucking get in here and finger some assholes. Thank you all for tuning in to Rocket Podcast. I need to thank my sponsor before we get started, Blackbird Tattoo and Piercing, 300 South State, Clearfield, Utah. You can make an appointment, you can go there, get tattooed, get pierced, get a facial. You guys can always reach me at rocketpodcast@gmail.com and I'll get back to you. You can also find me on all the social media bullshits. The main ones, not the TikTok or any of that other weird shit. I don't do all that fucking weird shit. Fucking, you know what I mean? Just the basics, right? So, goddamn. Before I pull my dick out, I don't know if you guys are watching the show Clarice. It's a series based on the character Clarice from Silence of the Lambs. If you guys aren't watching that show, I highly suggest you get the fuck on it because it is good. And I kept saying tonight, I was watching it with the missus, I kept saying, God, I hope they don't cancel this. Because holy shit, that is a good, I mean, we're on episode 2, finish episode 2, and I'm already, like, way into it. Another thing is, Marvel got the rights to Punisher back. And I believe they want to continue the Punisher story with, what's his name, John Bergenthal, or whatever the fuck, whoever did the series. The guy from The Walking Dead, Shane from The Walking Dead, and the guy that played the Punisher. I think they want to continue the Punisher story, whether it be film or series, with him, because, I mean, he did such a amazing fucking job as Frank Castle in that series that they definitely want to continue with him. So that's a bit of good news. But before we before I get too balls deep and all that, you guys always know how we start the show. For the Lost. So tonight I got a pretty fun show for us. I'm going to play some songs from Panzer Squad, Churchacide, Mortuous, a little throwback there, and Grave Disgust. And then on the second half, I'm going to play the live set from Torvi 2020 that takes place in Latvia, Finland. Satanic Torment's live set from that, just for your guys' own personal enjoyment. So, I don't know if you can hear it in the background or not. I got a little sadistic execution going on. That's just to keep me entertained while I entertain. You know, it's kind of the tongue in my asshole while I lick your butt. So, that's how that's going. I guess we should go ahead and start the show then. I'm going to play a little music for you. Let's start with that Grave Disgust that I just downloaded the other day. This is Feast at the Graveyard by Grave Disgust. 1 second. 2 seconds. Feast at the Graveyard by Grave Disgust. Tonight's episode is called Boil the Rabbit. Now that takes some explanation. Because I did want to touch a little bit on the law of attraction. But I didn't want to call it the law of attraction. I wanted to come up with something kind of fun and weird. So, I was thinking law of attraction. Oh, okay, fatal attraction. I'm just going to go through my train of thoughts here. Law of attraction was like Fatal Attraction, the show with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close. Glenn Close looks like a fucking walking skeleton right now, so I was thinking like Glenn Close, man face, skeletal, vagina. Too many words. Glenn Close's skeletal vagina. Maybe that'll be it. Put a pin in that one. Come back to it. Glenn Close. We can't just call it Glenn Close. That's just weird. So I keep playing with it, and then I was like, what is she doing? Fatal Attraction. That's really fucking like brutal. I got it. She boils the fucking rabbit. She boils Michael Douglas's rabbit. So I am calling this one a Boil the Rabbit. Episode number 79 for that sweet ass. But yes, law of attraction. I want to talk a little bit about that tonight. But before I do that, I'm going to play a song from Churchacide called Ideological Cannibalism. So bear with me for just a second. I am going to handle that shit. Short and sweet, you kind of want more, don't you? It's only a minute and 19 seconds, but as the saying goes, leave the people wanting more. That was Churchacide. Ideological cannibalism. So what I wanted to get into tonight, how I wanted to boil that rabbit. Well, first of all, let me crack open another dead horse. The law of attraction. What is it? What does it mean? Law of attraction is the belief, the philosophy, belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences into one's life. If you are, and I like to compare it to like food, because I'm a fatty and I like to compare things to food. If you are eating cheeseburgers and french fries and soda pop, not dieting, not working out, you're feeding your body these things that you know they're bad. Well, the same thing goes with media, things you read, television shows you watch that bring you down when you watch them. Not spark intrigue, but actually make you feel bad emotionally. Those things are going to lead to a negative effect. Now, eating healthy, exercise, but also starting the day off with a positive regiment. Getting the day started with a positive regiment. Doing things that make you feel better and make other people feel better. Putting out positive things. Searching out positive things. I have my own little personal ritual in the morning. I get up as I'm making coffee and breakfast for everyone. I put on a little podcast that I've been listening to for years by a guy named John Croxton. John Croxton plays a lot of these. The name of the podcast is called The Quote of the Day, right? So what the quote of the day does, it introduces a quote from a person giving a talk, a motivational speech. Then it plays that talk, right? From all kinds of different people from different walks of life. But it's always to motivate you toward the positive. I know it sounds hokey and corny, and Tony Robbins, and he is involved in it. But you know what? Call it what you want to. If it starts my day off with a positive, gets my mind set in a positive aspect where I want to do good and feel good and just, serve my family and, in a good feeling. Start the day off in a good feeling, right? That is definitely helping me. You know what I mean? And positive regimens. A workout routine. 5 minutes to sit and meditate. Just clear your thoughts and just breathe and just focus on your breath and be a human being for a second. The law of attraction. Basically, what you put out, you get back. And I know that sounds a lot like karma. And yeah, maybe it is a bit of karma. But just little things work in cycles, right? Seasons change, they come back. And it doesn't, sometimes the cycles take longer, right, to happen. So there's three laws of attraction are like attracts like, right? Good attracts good. Negative attracts negative. 2, nature abhors a vacuum. Okay, nature can't stand stagnant. You gotta be moving, right? You gotta be moving forward. If you're standing still, you're not fucking going anywhere, right? Um, the you it's great to have a positive mindset, but if you're not working towards that, you're not doing anything with it. Um, you're not working towards a goal. Well, then it's not just going to be handed to you, right? And the president is always perfect. Whatever you're doing in this moment, whether it be playing video games or jacking off, you're being perfectly you. Um, but you need to focus on your goals, right? So, uh, if you're sitting there and you are seeking out negative conspiracy theory that pisses you off and brings you down, and you're just getting mad about it, like attracts like. You're searching that out, and you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You know. Um, Now, if you're doing things to uplift you, make you feel better, make you feel positive, and maybe makes you want to help your neighbor out a little bit, something like that, a family member, what have you. That's you putting good out into the world, and good comes back, right? It's all cyclic. Now I know some of you might be thinking, okay, well, what about when bad, horrible things happen to good people? And that happens. That happens, right? Bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people. But as long as we are not stagnant, as long as we keep moving forward in a positive direction, good will also happen to good people. And I have my own opinions and theories about the mindset of who we would call bad people, right? The Ted Bundys, John Wayne Gacy's of the world. And that they got off easy because they got caught, they got busted, they get do time in prison, they live very well in prison because they're celebrity, and then, they're put down easy, right? A lot kinder deaths than they gave their victims. But I have an opinion about that, and kind of a belief that every day for them was a living hell. Being inside of that and not knowing love and not knowing to appreciate and be with people and love them, and the torment of that hunger to hurt. I think even though it fulfilled the desire of them, I think that they were also suffering extremely in all of that madness. But that's just that's just like the tip of the iceberg for my kind of opinion about that, and I'm not really going to get into it right now. But yeah, just I think I'll just suggest you guys check it out for yourself. There's a lot of videos and things about law of attraction. Open your mind up to some of it. It can't hurt. It can't hurt, and maybe it'll help you. Maybe it'll help you feel a little bit better. Want to move your life in a positive direction. I mean, I know it did for me, and I'm kind of a grizzled old bastard. I'm turning 41 next week. But it really focusing on negative or not negative, but really focusing on positive things, and silencing any positive, silencing any negative um, comment or view or attitudes, just removing them. And if it's someone you care about, bringing those to you, you just gotta tell them. Just be nice about it. Be like, look, man. When you tell me these things, it kind of brings me down. I'm really trying to focus on positive things in my life. I'm a big believer in the law of attraction, so I'm just thinking, if you want to be sending me all this negative shit, don't. Right? Don't. When people are negative, they want to share it with other people, and it's not even like they're trying to hurt you thing. It's that we're social animals, and that phrase, misery loves company, they want to share that anger with you, so you get angry too, so they have a kindred spirit to be angry with. And don't allow that to fuck with your shine, right? With your glow, whatever you want to call it. And shut it down. Shut it down, man. And maybe encourage that person to shut it down a little bit. Like, look, you come at me with all this negativity. Why don't you focus on the positive things in your life? You don't live in Haiti, right? You're not fucking living in like Venezuela or anything like that, where the government will just shoot you in the face and not tell your family about it, Like, focus on the positive. Focus on the positive, right? So, there's that. I know I'm just kind of glossing over it and not really elaborating too much on it right now. Kind of just don't want to. I had a uphill battle getting this laptop going tonight, so I just wanted to keep it kind of simple. Find that thing in life that is your rabbit and boil it, so nothing comes out of it but good, delicious rabbit stew that is positive and fulfilling for you and yours. Let's do a throwback jam by Mortuous from the Eternal Return. This is an old jam from 2012. Here we go. Mortuous. And that was Mortuous playing the Eternal Return. I was going to play a band called Jorogumo or Horogumo tonight. And what I do is when I'm going to play a band, I'll look up their music somewhere. Usually YouTube, but sometimes other places. Listen to the album. Right. I've probably told you guys this before. Just like find what my favorite song is. And I played 2 songs from this Joro Gummo band. And I don't mean to shit on them. It's just not my cup of tea. The music was great. The vocals were brutal and evil until it got to the clean singing part. And the clean singing really takes me out of it. I'm not a huge fan of like death vocals and growls and going into clean singing. It makes my metal boner go away. And I guess it's like when you're eating a girl's pussy and she farts in your face and like you have a beard, so like it's trapped in your whiskers and shit. It's kind of a boner killer and you feel insulted. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are into that shit. I don't know. I, for one, am not a fan of being farted in my face or clean singing on metal, like mixed in with like metal vocals, metal growls, and that kind of thing. That's just me, and I'm not trying to shit on the band. Everything else with them sounded fantastic, and the artwork was really cool on their album cover. But it just, fuck it, man. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't into it. So that's it. That's fucking life. You got no one to hold them, no one to fold them, fucker. Well, shit. On a retracting another note, I realized that a guy like me who's drinking beers, whiskey, and playing crazy heavy metal music and black metal and war metal and all this stuff, with all of its fun band names and song titles, some people may construe as me ingesting negative music into my life, but I disagree. You see, I'm not afraid of the underbelly, current dark side of humanity. As Jocko Willink says, embrace the dark so you can know the light. And I grew up on heavy metal music. And I love heavy metal music of all types. So, when I hear crazy metal music from any of the bands that I play, that makes me happy. It doesn't bring me down. It makes me happy. If I was sitting here listening to like sad songs that were making me feel emotionally sad and depressed, or missing someone or whatever, that would be kind of a more of a negative emotion. But that's not how it is with my heavy metal music. That stuff makes me happy. The one music that actually does bring me down is like sad old soul songs, sad old like Motown songs, like the sad ones. Those will fucking bring me down. And sad country songs that remind me of like family members that have died, that kind of brings me down. But yeah, not the heavy metal music. I could listen to fucking Grave of Disgust Feast at the Graveyard all night and be happier than pig and shit. So, uh, so I'll tell you a little story. Once there's this guy. He's off in the woods going for a nice long walk in the woods up a mountain trail on a hike. Starting to think to himself, getting kind of tired. I'd like to find me a nice big tree, lay down, rest for a bit. He sees one and he goes and lays down. Well under that tree, after he takes a nice long nap, wakes up, stinking, kind of hungry. Wish I had some food. Some food appears before him. He's hungry, so he eats it. Then he thinks, I wish I had something to wash this down with. And a nice big frosty glass of beer appears before him. So he drinks it, because he's thirsty. He's starting to question his good fortune. Where's all this good stuff coming from? What's happening? There must be ghosts around me, haunting me. And ghosts appear around him, start haunting him. He's thinking, oh my God, these ghosts that are around me, haunting me, they're trying to kill me. They're gonna scare me and torture me and kill me. The ghosts scare him, torture him, and kill him. You see, the man was sitting underneath the ash tree. Everybody, all the heathens out there know that the ash tree is Yggdrasil. Whatever you visualize in your mind, you make it so. It's that self-fulfilling prophecy. Man was on a nice walk, was enjoying himself, wanted to rest, rested, had food presented before him, had drink presented before him, started to question why these good things were happening to him. Started to make assumptions, not realizing that the Yggdrasil was providing for him. So then he starts to conjure negative images in his mind and ideas in his mind. And he brought those to fruition through his thought. Because your thought will create your reality. Thoughts bring things into action. If you're thinking to yourself, man, this person's a real cunt, then they will always appear to you as a cunt until you change that frame of thought. All the power you need is in your own mind. So my friends, I say to you again, boil the rabbit. Okay? Take your thoughts, possess them, control them, put them in a nice big pot, some carrots and some potatoes, boil that rabbit up. Because that is putting positivity into action, using your thoughts as power. bringing positive, self-fulfilling prophecy into fruition for you and for your work and for what you do. Not to affect you negatively, for you to spread that to other people. There's enough negativity in this world. You don't need to contribute. So, that is my parting shot for this evening. I'm going to play a band called Panzer Squad. Second half, I'm just going to play Satanic Torment's live set at Torvey 2020. So here you go. Thank you all for tuning in to Rock Up Podcast. I appreciate it very much. You guys can always reach me at rockuppodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget about my sponsor, Blackbird Tattoo and Piercing, 300 South State, Clearfield, Utah. Thank you guys all very much. Take care of yourselves. And boil that fucking rabbit.
Each year, American strength is being wasted because there's a difference between a man and a machine. Because people hate and sorrow and fear, 1 in every 20 will go to another city, a city of the sick,